Here's, Jenny,
Jenny.
sorry Jenny,
Jenny's there.
and Bonnie, and
Okay,
Alan
Bonnie.
says he's in the lobby, but I don't see him. Why don't I see
Okay.
him?
Okay,
Bonnie, is that better? I can't put the agenda, but you should have it.
can you hear us, Bonnie?
I guess not, she did
Either,
hear me.
probably.
Oh. That's the right one. Bonnie? Oh, you can hear us, okay, just making sure. And I keep losing Jenny. Jenny keeps disappearing, I don't know where she is. She was there and I just accepted her into the lobby and now she's gone. And Alan says he's in the lobby.
Maybe they're in the lobby together.
Oh.
They don't want us there.
We got two, click on that, two
Which
people,
one?
where it says two people. I guess it's just her and us.
Yes. Jeannie was just there and I said, click, yes. You know, hello, yes, come in.
Okay, well, maybe she'll come back.
Okay.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the April 7th meeting?
A motion.
Second?
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Well, the president is absent as usual. No. No, Tony.
He's gone.
I think he has some other stuff he has to do. Anyway, I don't really have anything to say other than we had a really good cleanup day. We took two of those huge dumpsters with metal and other stuff. Thanks to Rhea for organizing that. We had Rhea, Bonnie, Tony, Alan, John, Adrian, and me.
That's a good crowd.
Yeah, well, it was. We kind of kept going the whole time. In fact, Rhea had to turn somebody away because we were full.
Well,
And she was
Adrian managed to get whatever she brought up over the
Oh,
side
did?
with the help of somebody else.
Okay,
I don't know who.
all right. That's all I have. Office update?
All right, so, the Beaver Dam. Does everybody know about the Beaver Dam? Okay, so property owner let us know about it and been working with MDE to figure out how to go about getting it out of there. And actually talked with a man from MDE today, and I described exactly what it is. It's not, well, I described exactly what it is. They are going to do a site visit rather than having you fill out the, what did you call it, the joint permit application right away. He wants to take a look at it because it may not need a permit if it's small enough and if it hasn't been there too long.
Mm-hmm.
If it's too big and it's been there for a while, the permit will cost $980. Okay, I know.
Now, is that to get rid of it, or is that?
That's just the permit to get rid of it.
Well, what if we use the?
Well, let me finish about getting rid of it.
All right.
So I talked with a man from Battle Creek Animal Tracking. His site visit is $125, and it can cost up to $1,000 to get it out of there and dispose of the beavers. If we want them trapped and relocated, it would cost even more. I know. He suggested, because it depends on how many beavers are in there, and he suggested that we may want to wait until the fall when the babies are gone. But I don't know, if we get a lot of rain, you know, people's backyards. So there's that, there's that solution. Then the levelers, like you're talking about, there's a woman that I've been talking with, Allison Hurton, and I don't have the name of the agency or company that she's with, but they have environmental options to live with the beavers. And they're water levelers, I think they're called.
Yeah.
And, but I don't know that those are, you know, that's not a lot of water there. That's like a trickle off and on. So, that's probably, anyway. So that's going to be an option, but I rather doubt a very good option because according to the guy I spoke with beaver removal, hold on. That's Alan calling in. Let me call Alan. Sorry, guys. The guy with the beaver removal company said that those have to be dredged, I think he said, every year. Cove Point Gas Plant put one in, and they have to clean it out every single year. So I don't know how that will work.
What, because they silt in and then
But yes,
there's not enough water level to reach the pipe or something?
apparently so. Let me get Alan on the phone. So there's that. But do we want to have, Alan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, sorry, I can't see you in the meeting and anyway, here you are. Listen in.
I'm here. Am I the only one waiting? Is anybody else on Teams?
Well,
Bonnie,
yeah, Bonnie's on Teams. She? Anyway, so we'll talk later.
Old-fashioned way.
Okay, so we were just talking about the beaver and getting it out of there, and I've applied for a site visit from MDE so they can look to see whether or not it can be removed without a permit. If it's real big, it needs a permit, $980. Cost to remove the beavers, up to $1,000. And then we were just talking about the levelers and that option, but I don't think in that area that is going to be viable. And I'm told that those have to be dredged out every year, at least at Cove Point Gas Plant. So, I don't know, I'm hoping it's just little and we can just get it out of there.
yeah, well, let's wait and see what MDE has to say.
So do you want June, no, Allison Harden?
Comment? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, of course.
I was doing a walk and when I was down there during the weekend, I went past Martinez's property and I think that's called Gray's Creek
Yep.
that we're talking about.
Yes,
And it looked like there was really no water flowing in that area and it looked kind of dried up. So that must be because of the beavers upstream.
possibly so, yeah.
Yeah, that plus the lack of rain.
I'm sorry, there are beavers in what's Gray's Creek? Is that the issue at hand?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, yeah.
It's inland from the footbridge on Surf. So do you want Allison Harton from that company that does the levelers to come to the June meeting and talk about the cost of that?
What about, wait for the MDE site visit?
Let's,
Well, okay, yeah, that
Why
makes
not?
sense.
Why not?
let's let MDE come and
Okay.
tell us what they think and what they think the best solution is.
Okay, okay. So then, carrying on, let's see. So I had a call from a man who owns property in Drum Point, and he wants to purchase a house that is owned by a person who I have a lien on his property because he doesn't pay his back fees. Well, the man who called knows this person who owns the house he would like to purchase. The current owner owes $1,354, and the man who wants to purchase it is aware of that. But what he wants to purchase it for is what he calls a sober house. And it would have recovering alcoholics, it would be monitored, it would have an on-site manager living there, and he would visit it on a daily basis. So he does this, he has others in the county. Would you like him to come to a future meeting?
I might know who that person is. I don't know if you want to reveal his
I
name.
don't think it matters. I wouldn't tell you the name of, I wouldn't want to reveal the name of the
Okay.
current owner of that house.
No,
Mr.
not
Slocum.
the owner, but the person. who-
Mr. Slocum?
No, that's a different.
That's a different
person, but I do know that those houses are extremely successful.
Oh, good.
There is a name for them. and
He
they're
called it a
self-managed.
sober house.
Yeah, well, that's not the name I'm familiar with, but what I am familiar with, and there are several in the county, and I know the person who established them, and they have been hugely successful. Hugely, they're self-governed, self-managed, but they have oversight, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Well,
Is it
and he
government
said-
program like this?
No, it's not. No, these, the ones I know of, now, I don't know about this, but these are, actually, if you're familiar with Project Echo up in Prince Frederick, that's the homeless shelter, and, they are somewhat affiliated with this. His program, his homes are all, not his, but the type of home are all over the country, and they have been hugely successful. There's male houses and there's female houses.
Yeah, he mentioned it was separate.
Right.
I was
just
in
wanna-
Arizona when I talked with them.
They
so
need
I
special
didn't-
zoning or anything for that?
Well, a number of years ago, I don't think so, because a number of years ago, probably 15, a woman went to the county without coming here first and asked about having a house, not even a
Halfway house.
halfway house, and it's down Parade Boulevard.
I
I
thought there
think
was one in
she has
Brooklyn,
since
isn't there?
sold it. She's since sold it.
Isn't there one active in Brook Point?
I don't think so anymore,
Because Dave Morawski, does that name ring a bell to you?
not off the hand. not-
He talked to me about something similar, and he says, yeah, we got one in Brook Point.
Well, the one in Harbor was
Shoot. I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
that's
some-
sort of
right.
acting.
There's some in the ranch club,
Right.
for sure.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway, this woman who set the one up on Dorado Boulevard didn't come to us, she went right to the county and got a permit, and it's like, wait a minute, nobody told us about this. So hands were kind of tied, but that tells, and of course then the board said, well, sure, go ahead, what are we gonna say? I don't think we have the power to stop it, I'm not sure. Anyway, our covenants don't say anything about that, and if the county approves of it,
Yeah, how do we know the county's approved?
well, I know they approved the one down Laredo, that's all I know. I don't, because we talked with the county after.
I guess the guy could come talk to us and
Okay, maybe for
tell
the
us
gym
what his
meeting?
plans are.
Okay,
And I guess as far as the lien goes, if that would either convey with the house, and then it's still under a lien, Or
we
you would
talked
have to
about
settle the lien.
that, and he said it would be taken care of either by the current owner, because when you sell a house, that's when a lot of these things get taken care of anyway, out of the seller's pocket.
So you could actually sell a house that has a lien on it, you don't have to pay off your
I
obligation.
think you have to pay off the obligation.
you'd think you would have to.
If it slips through the cracks, then it goes to him.
Yeah.
And that's what I told him, because he knows the man. And my thought was, well, what if he just does one of these things, not at arm's length, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
It's hard to
I
trust
said, if
guys.
that happens,
Yeah, it's
so
hard to
that debt
trust.
is going to be yours.
Right.
And he understood that. He seemed, yeah, I get it, I know, I understand what you're saying, and it won't be an issue.
Okay.
So, anyway, there's that. I'll see if he wants to come to the June meeting. Real quickly, we need to redo the signatory forms at the bank, because no longer we have Jack and we have Mike. But can we just wait for that till the new fiscal year? Do you think?
I don't know.
Because we'll be getting new officers and who
Yeah.
knows? Okay.
Who else? You?
Me,
President.
Tony, Bonnie, and it had been Jack.
Well, not Mike now.
Maybe Mike now. So all of us will need to sign new forms now.
That Mike would be the most critical if there's something that he has to do with the bank.
Yes.
If we had to do something now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
I'd say the rest of us
talk
should-
to them at least.
the rest of us should
Yeah,
wait.
okay.
Right. Well, we can't just have one person sign them. Everybody has to sign new ones, remember? Every
Well,
time we make a change.
I
It's a pain in the neck. But there it is. So we'll wait, I think, until July,
know.
right?
Okay.
Okay. And then picnic tables at the beach are falling apart. And, so we have options. Pam Bateman did some research online, and I'll do more research. But there are these galvanized picnic table frames that you can purchase.
Mhm.
And there's one site that we found, $315, and then you add your own top and
Right.
benches and so on. There, so maybe $400 total on that one. They go, or we can just get wooden ones up at Ace. Any ideas on?
What are the wooden ones, how long do they last?
Well, that would be the thing, the ones ones that are galvanized aluminum or what have you, the frame, seems to me that would last somewhat indefinitely.
No.
No, they're probably
Somewhat-
steel, right?
Somewhat
They're
indefinitely.
probably steel,
It
and
may
they're
say-
rust.
It may say
Well, they're
galvanized, but when
galvanized.
it's sitting up there in the sand and the salt.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
know, yeah.
so should we just maybe look into regular old picnic tables? That-
At least
I
find
mean,
the
those have
cost.
been
Find
there
it,
for
get it,
6, 8
yeah,
years or
get-
more.
get it
I'll get more
Price
pricing.
tag or the.
Okay,
Yeah.
Can we get a picture or image of them?
yeah, I'll do that. She just brought this in here today, and I just didn't get a chance to actually get better numbers. and
Yeah,
so-
we can do the
Yeah.
math on the labor involved, the wood to get it,
Right.
with the,
Yeah.
I think it's steel probably, but.
I don't know.
But, anyway.
Anyway, all right, I'll check into it further, so just,
Yeah.
all right, that's all I have.
All right. So you got anything on roads,
No,
Mike?
On roads?
finance.
Oh, finance, no, nothing. Aren't we, now, we're gonna be presenting in June, what are we, May?
June
Aren't we?
30th,
June 30th, the new budget,
yeah,
that takes effect July 1st.
July 1.
They don't, okay, so we've already voted it, and we're just now telling people will be done, right?
Well,
I mean, we're not gonna
yes.
vote the day before, Carolyn.
No, the board has approved it,
Okay.
last 2 months ago probably. The board approved it, and now it goes to June membership meeting for approval.
And if they don't approve it, what do we do?
We can sit on this budget and take it back to September.
I don't think,
While
I
we're-
think they've
while we're
always
living with
approved it though.
While we're living with
Yeah,
it,
they-
right? We're gonna-
It
Uh,
always
So we
gets
need to have
approved.
a quorum then.
We do, which
Okay,
means
we'll
I'll
talk-
do an absentee ballot.
We'll talk about that too, make sure
Okay.
we do that, okay, thank you. Please remind me.
I will.
We'll make sure of that.
Okay, so you're thinking the meeting will be the 30th?
It's already scheduled for the 30th.
No, my calendar's
Never saw it.
I don't know. So June
Let me double
30th.
check now that I'm talking about it. Yes, it's Tuesday.
not. So it'll be like at 7 o'clock or something,
I'm sorry.
7 o'clock?
Starts at 7, yeah.
And it's the house, the house.
The club.
It's the night versus the day version of it. This is just the same place we do it usually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
the club.
Just like that.
All right. Bonnie, do you have anything on environment?
Just briefly, when I was walking, I took the chance to look at the phragmites in the various areas. I didn't get down to Lake Terrace, but just along the beach. The beach has some, I think, substantial amount of phragmites and probably have to be treated. And I took a picture, but I'll take another picture at the end of June and send it on to Mark Smith. And there was hardly anything on the causeway that I noticed. But I also noticed some phragmites near the Martinez property in the water. So that will have to be treated. And I guess that, I'm trying to think if there's any other areas that I checked, no, because I said, there's probably Lake Terrace has some too, but I have to check that out when I'm down next time.
Do we have any responsibility for any, what do they call it, the crepe myrtles that are getting, you know, are we all aware of bugs getting on those? That, we don't have that issue?
Well, it's, I don't know that we have that many crepe myrtles on the community property.
That's what I'm wondering, we don't, that's not really a big deal.
That is it's a scale insect. And once it establishes itself, then it also typically leads to mildew, like a
Black.
powdery black mildew.
Yeah, yeah.
All the reports that I've read on it say it seldom kills the tree. It's just more of an eyesore. Now, to treat it, you use a dormant oil spray in the late winter and spring, early spring.
What did you say you used?
Dormant oil spray,
Oil and oils.
which is typical for scale.
Okay.
And then sometime later, if you really wanna go after them, then you have to either get a soil drench, which is fairly expensive, or there's a couple sprays you can use, but, I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, on a person, our neighborhood, we're all kind of wondering, looking at each other like, well, we've had it now for a couple of years and the trees are still there.
Yeah.
You know, so, but they're kind of gross. I was wondering if that had anything to do with something that she was, no. Okay, thanks, Mike.
Okay, anything else, Bonnie?
That's it.
Okay. John, your safety?
No, I don't have too much to, still trying to get Andy to take over the licensing for the emergency response radios, but he has a family and working, so
Yeah,
it's kind of tough getting him to do that. That's it for me.
okay. Welcome committee?
The group of women assembled 4 buckets the other day, and, but I've distributed one of them, so now I have 3 of them. So,
Okay.
it's going very well. Actually, we didn't get our order from Ace. We were, the new bucket
Yeah.
order. And Cindy sent, or did the application, or what have the request, probably 6 weeks ago. So she stopped in there before she left the area, and they kind of lost it. They lost the application, the request. So I filled out a new one today, and so they'll get it. But I still have 3 empty ones back.
Cindy found time to do something.
I know. Cindy gets back tomorrow, I'm sure she'll be busy this weekend. Wish I had the energy.
Here, are we still speaking to France? Or are they still
They're still in
speaking to us?
France.
Huh?
Or are they speaking to us? Well, I think they're saying that they're Canadian, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's my plan if I ever
Yeah.
get to Europe. I'm from Canada.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Let's see. Okay, planning committee, Bree and I measured the beach in April. We haven't lost anything, maybe gained a little bit, but it's holding fairly steady. But what we did do though is we crawled through the timbers in the ranch club and went back, people have been complaining, saying that this project we did on the beach plugged the exit to the pond. And therefore the pond is going, is growing scum and dying and all this kind of crap. So we finally found it back in there. It's a lot further back in the ranch club than I thought it was.
Drum Point Club.
Ranch club. Drum Point Club. The club.
That club.
But I think what people were suggesting was that what we were doing was causing the beach to essentially fill in down there and plug it. Well, I don't think that's what happened. Rhea looked at it too. We haven't added any sand down there. I think what's happened is, with storms and stuff, you've had a sand buildup in that little, it's very small, the outflow of that pond.
It's just clogged up by nature, you think?
Yeah, and you can see where it has drained occasionally, so it's not like it's totally blocked. And I think, some more erosion which is natural, or if we ever get any decent rain, I think that thing will probably recover. But I don't think what we're doing is causing that.
Seems like it's too far away.
Well, it's too far away and it's the rest of
The
the,
other side of the club, aren't you, clubhouse? Are you talking on the other side of the clubhouse or on the
no,
beach side?
it's between those rusted out rotted fences and,
Point.
and the clubhouse, but
Okay.
it's closer to us,
Okay,
but it's still quite a ways back in there.
all right.
It was open about 10 weeks ago for about a week.
Yeah,
It did flow for about 10 weeks ago for about a week,
yeah.
so.
Well, I think it's weather and, and bay driven. If that thing gets a bunch of sand accreted back up in there from the storm, it's gonna block it for a while. If it's really dry, that pond's not gonna drain. So that's my opinion. Because we're not seeing, if the claim was true that we're somehow we're causing sand to a creek down there and fill that in, you'd see that all the way down the beach, and you don't. If anything, it's eroding.
You're talking the Drum Point Clubhouse, that area that's all around it, and who has the issue? Because where's it, I still don't understand the impact.
Well, between the end of our community beach and the actual point, Drum
Okay.
Point, it's all wooded. There's very little really beach in that part of the area. Their beach is really around on the riverside, you know, the Drum Point beach,
Okay,
for their beach. So, but the contention was from people that live or go there or whatever, that we blocked the exit to the pond, and therefore the pond's not draining, therefore it's becoming stagnant, and algae, and dead fish, and, you know, yada yada.
what have we done?
Nothing, other than.
Okay, I'm
well,
trying to figure out what
the only thing-
the
what
point
we've
is.
done, what we did
They
was
say
the
your land is
project,
causing this problem.
what we did was the project to put the spur out there to try to hold our beach.
Yeah, okay, that's what they're talking about.
So that, you know, so that, they're saying, well, maybe you did that and it's causing this.
Yeah, if somebody, can't blame,
But,
the nature.
right,
Yeah, okay,
so
thank you though.
that'll be my excuse and I'm sticking to it.
Well, somebody's gonna have to prove
If
otherwise.
somebody asks until, yeah, I mean-
That's not happening.
right.
I guess, yeah.
Now, if they're really concerned about it, they grab a shovel, go back in there and dig it out. But on their own time.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I had. Okay. Quit claims. All right, so we got three quit claims that have been filed. They're all about property, not about riparian rights. So that means that to get approval, it has to be approved by the membership, not by us. So one of them is the one, the Martinez claim, and I don't, have we ever gotten a write-up from him?
He responded, I called him and finally was able to talk with him because he hadn't responded to my emails.
Right.
Not everybody checks email anymore, they just
Well, I
don't.
don't either, but I mean,
Well,
it's our response, I'm sorry, but it's my fault.
Yes,
That's
it
why
is, yes, it is mine.
I'm not even gonna, go there, yeah.
I'm not either.
You're
Anyway,
scared, you should check.
anyway, so I called this, but you did text me. But I called Mr. Martinez and talked with him a couple of weeks ago. And yes, he wants to do the quitclaim as we suggested, and he's gonna try to be at the meeting on the 30th. It's a Tuesday, so it's a little difficult.
But he hadn't filed it with us yet?
Well,
I mean, he hasn't written it up and,
I write them up, and then, so I sent it to him, and he looked at it.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want people's attorneys to begin doing that, which is.
No, but
fine with me.
Now, are we gonna vote on this at that June meeting?
At the
you said?
membership
At the
meeting.
membership.
So we could, okay, there is more than one issue then. If we're gonna, you're gonna send out, what do you call those things,
What's a quit
the
claim
ballots
deed?
or whatever.
Yeah.
The things for people to, but they're gonna be like this issue, they can check the ones.
Well,
You're not sending out multiple.
no,
iterations.
I kind of thought the absentee ballot would just have the budget on it, because we really just want a quorum.
Okay.
So if we have
that's
enough
exactly what I wondered
absentee
about.
ballots and people, attending in person, we'll have a quorum.
But we're not gonna get the quitclaim quorum.
No, but I think if
We
we're,
don't have to have a
if we
separate,
if we got absentee ballots, then everything that we're voting on should be on.
That's what I'm, okay,
Oh,
we'll
okay,
clarify
okay.
this then, because that's what I'm wondering. We
Okay, I can do that.
Because
yeah,
you don't want more than one piece of paper. You
okay, I
Keep
can,
it simple.
well, no, but just on the same, okay, I
Yeah, and
didn't
then we can explain
think
to people.
about that, but I
that's
guess
what
it
the
makes
issue
sense
is.
to have
Okay.
those quitclaims on that ballot.
Yeah.
All this, okay, sorry, I didn't even think of that.
At that meeting, will the people that are asking for a quitclaim, do they present and say this is the reason for it, and this is why they're putting in a quitclaim? Is that the process that they would actually present to the general membership?
Well, there's only been one, maybe two I can think of in my memory where people had to come, have the community vote on it. And both of those times, the property owner did come and ask for it.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's a requirement, being that the meeting's on a Tuesday night. I know one on Beach Drive said they intend to be there. The other woman just lives up here on Overlook, I'm sure she'll wanna be there, but Mr. Martinez may not be able to be there, given that he lives in Virginia.
I think we need to present it. Somebody, our president.
Well, I think given,
And letting the people know what we believe they should be,
I-
why they should be, not have this poor guy
I
trying to.
agree, especially in light of the fact that he has
Keep
a,
him out of it.
bit of a-
Here's the issue, this is what we think we should do.
and there's a bit of a language barrier. He speaks English, but perhaps not as
Yeah.
well as we think we do.
Okay, it's just.
I'm
my
just
opinion.
saying, I
we
think you're
should-
right.
I do believe we should present it, and I think
I
that
think
the
you're right.
people in the audience are more likely to trust us.
Yeah.
Or understand, they're gonna be like, well, wait a minute, what's this guy trying to do? It's like, no, this is what we wanna do. But anyway.
Well, and the fact that
Well,
you've been
back to
talking
it.
about it for a while now, so you do know what it is, why it should be approved.
And we're gonna keep it very simple, nobody in the audience wants to, they wanna know that, okay, we got this thing, it's a swamp, and we have to do this for this reason.
Right.
Well, and I
If we
think,
don't do it, here's the reason why it's a bad thing.
I think the key thing for the membership is none of these values, or none of these issues have any real value to the community. In fact, if anything, it reduces risk and liability.
This is why we're pushing for these things.
So,
Good, good.
Then
You know.
maybe more inclined to go for it.
It's not like,
Yeah.
it's not like we're giving up the opportunity to sell something that would go back to the community.
Right. And the other two are just waterfront quitclaims. We already gave one to the couple on Beach Drive for riparian rights. But they wanted to have the whole thing replatted. And their attorney, engineer, company, surveyor, I guess, said, well, this won't work, you have to have a full quitclaim for property rights before you have it replatted. So that's just a simple waterfront one. I mean, and then the other one is just a waterfront.
It's just the easement along the
They
water.
just wanna have the rights to put the rocks out or do whatever they do.
Right.
Well, no, they would actually want to, in order, see what they're faced with, and we were faced with the same thing. We were wanting to add, an addition on the house. So then you have to go through the whole,
Critical area?
Critical area.
no, but what's the word?
Impervious surface?
Yeah, it's the ratio of impervious surface to the whole lot. Okay, so we were right on the borderline, just not quite there. And we combined our lots and everything. Everything was just almost there. And Carol went to the zoning, variance meeting, and the county guy and the guy from COA who was doing our work for us, both said, why don't you ask to have that easement deeded over to you? That will increase your amount of total square footage, then you'll get you'll beat the ratio. And we did. At that time, they
Okay.
didn't have this requirement for full membership approval.
I don't see what Drum Point, okay, you're talking people on the water, and then in their backyards, they have a little bit of a beach, and then they have water. What are we giving them? More, closer to the water?
Most of the waterfront lots in Drum Point have an easement along the water. It might run anywhere from 3 to 15 feet,
Okay.
depending, okay, so that runs along the water. So, and of course, that's never revealed to you when you buy the house.
Yeah,
No.
most of
So-
the people in the neighborhood don't understand a lot of these if you don't live on it.
Yeah, so anyway, so technically, when they're measuring the square footage of your yacht, or your lot to figure out
If you've got the
if
ratio.
you meet the impervious requirement, they can't count that part that's easement,
Okay,
because that doesn't belong to you.
but it is, I hear you, I actually get it now, okay. I don't know exactly where that land is, but I do see how it's,
Well,
Why?
it's basically from the mean high water line back, and of course, I'm sure from when these lots were originally platted, a lot of those lines have changed, because the bulkheads have changed, or erosion is, whatever's happened. But it's that strip along the water.
okay, I got you now.
And just to clarify, I didn't come up with this quitclaim on my own. Tom, who was the HOA attorney we used to have?
Shields?
Tom Shields, thank you. He drew them up for us. So they're well-written and so on. I just, put in a new name and find the plat online and so on.
Right.
So it's not like I create, I don't want anybody to think I'm just out there doing that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So,
But if they've had somebody like COA working with them to replat their property,
right,
they probably have all that information.
well, probably so, but, yeah.
But anyway, so without objection, I'm just gonna say we're going to present these things at the membership meeting and let the members vote.
And of course, we, short and succinct, we explain to them why it's.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Got it, I
we
mean,
can
that's.
explain why, but we could also, I think the key explanation is, these things are of no value to us. All they are is a liability. So,
There's the benefits right there
So,
for us.
with regard to Mr. Martinez in particular, and he's going to be on the absentee ballot, whoever is handing out these ballots needs to be able to explain, I mean, or can I do like a document that says this is why the board thinks this should happen, and include it with the ballot? Absentee?
well,
Do we really want to make a recommendation on whether we should or should not support the claim one way or another?
I think so, Alan,
Well-
because you guys have the knowledge.
well, I wouldn't, I sort of agree, Alan, a little bit. I wouldn't present it in such a way that we are pushing for this. I would present it in such a way that we believe there is no harm or foul to the community or the community membership by granting these things.
But it's up to the membership to vote.
It's up to the membership.
Just
So
to do
we're,
it with like a caveat.
the pros to us is that it decreases potential liability for these pieces of property. They present no value to us. In the Martinez case, part of the issue was the original survey and platting and everything was not clear on what he had and didn't have. And it appeared that, once we surveyed it, we realized that what he thought had been his property was encroached on a little bit of the area that we used to have for an easement through there.
So, yeah, one of my concerns would be, if we have insufficient information and there's some ambiguity to that information, i.e. the survey, does that put risk or liability to us as a board that someone could question it or us, or suggest that there's a conflict of interest? Is it better off just left up to the general membership's judgment and let them vote?
I bet they won't, I would have a big problem if I was sitting in that audience voting on any of these things where, wait a minute, somebody's getting land and it's drunk, whoa, what's this about? It's almost like I think we do need to let them know it's not something being pulled out from us, and then there's,
Right.
again, less liability. Keep it short and simple, but just hope that it's enough that, I mean, I hear what he's saying, we don't wanna be like, oh, we gotta do this, and I'm not worried about conflict of interest, I don't know these people.
The
so.
quitclaims have a drawing of the
Yeah.
properties, right? So that should be part of the package that they're
Right.
looking at.
The
So they can
absentee
at least
ballot.
visualize what we're talking about, and then present to them that these are the requests. We don't see any negative against the community, but it's up to you to vote.
Right, I don't think the board should say, we think you should do this.
Yeah,
No,
no,
We're
no.
not saying that.
But I do think that the reasoning needs to be presented, liability, the fact that it's, not a clear cut, survey of where the land, the property lines are. It's really of no use to us, it was just meant for drainage over the years. It's just part of, it's not an easement to the beach, nothing like
Now,
that.
in the Martinez quitclaim, did we put the language in there that he will not block?
Yes,
that-
that's in all of those, full quitclaims.
Okay,
That's all of them. The one you have should have that. Yours is,
well, I don't think
Before
they
my
have,
time.
but
but
The
yeah,
specific
you
thing
still
with
have
him,
to allow
though-
people to go across your beach.
yeah, but the specific thing with him is that creek goes down through his property now.
Right.
If we grant this quitclaim, that creek, when it flows, goes through his property, and we, suggested we put language in there that he will be barred from blocking that creek.
I'm gonna send you the quick claim
Okay,
and have you look at it.
I know I've seen it, well, it's, in fact, it's probably here.
You said blocking it, you mean stopping it from flowing?
Right.
Well, there's been, some of the neighbors were complaining about him blocking the stream and causing the flooding upstream.
Okay.
Well, he wasn't, it was the beavers. So there's this contest going on between some of the less friendly neighbors there, that, he's the root of all evil. Well, if we have language in there that says you can't do that, then at least we have that to fall back on.
Yes, yeah, we're listening to the people, the community and protecting them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they asked for it, give it to them.
So then, again, back to the absentee ballot, should there be a document outlining pros and cons or reason
No.
behind or
No, I don't
anything
know.
at all?
No.
Not on that.
No,
Right.
just
So
the
then
quick,
when I hand one
just
out
the
here,
quick claim and the drawing,
Vote.
that's it.
and then we can, whoever's, Tony or me or whoever's doing it, can outline.
But what about the people with the absentee ballot, when they ask me?
You know,
It's such a simple
I
answer
agree,
if you don't go into all the background.
Okay, so how do I respond?
you will have these bullets written down and
The
you will
absentee
read them.
ballot will have these, that have the information.
That's what I'm
Okay,
Okay, so
asking.
you're thinking it should be on there, on the
Well,
absentee?
the quick claim should be there.
I mean, excuse me, the details of it, or?
Yeah, whatever we're presenting should be.
Okay,
Just
so
the
you
quick
do want to,
available.
okay.
Just the quick claim itself, though?
Yeah.
No explanation,
Okay.
no point?
No, just a quick claim.
Okay,
And if you get a phone call,
Can you put it
as
on our
Mike is
website?
suggesting, excuse me, if you send it out, the less language you send out, the less people
little question.
will question.
Right.
So you send it out and then you have your, let's say you get 3 calls out of 30, which I doubt you will. Then you have your little bullets
Mhm.
that are succinct and to the point.
Okay.
And then it's up to them.
Right, okay.
Do you have to have a majority, a simple majority, what do you have
Just
to
a
have?
majority of
Just a
those
majority.
present or absentee.
After we have a quorum though, right?
Yeah.
And the people that have the opportunity to speak for their request,
Right.
so.
Yeah. Okay.
I lost my agenda.
I think you're finished, right there. Here.
I think they're about done.
If he said he lost his agenda, does that mean he's done?
Mhm.
He has no purpose.
Is there any new business?
Here it is. Oh, no, that was the.
Was that the new?
One was
I think
under,
that was a
under old business, because that was Martinez,
Yeah.
and then the 2 others were under,
New business.
Rita, you could also put the plat on the website and reference it if people wanted to look at it.
yeah, I could do that as well. But I could just print
Yeah.
copies, and, we'll see, whatever people want to do.
Yeah, but they'll ask if they're interested.
Okay, yeah, right, like Susan said as well, yeah. So next
So-
meeting.
Next meeting?
The next meeting would be June 2nd. Yay, nay?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
6:30, June 2nd.
June 2nd, 6:30.
That gives us time to be prepared for,
Yeah, and then everybody, the June 30th is the membership meeting.
So on June 2nd, we will have the absentee ballot, the information, all that to go to look at it that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And know where we're going, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And we'll get together about some of these other things like Carolyn and all that. Yeah, I'm not really
Adjourn?
You know what's gonna be
Need a
fun,
motion?
is she complains about everything, she's gonna.
Anybody have anything else? Then we're adjourned.